Welcome, everybody, to episode 15 of the Canuckleheads podcast. My name is Justin, and I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Wes. And we have actual games to talk about for the first time in what feels like forever.
Thank goodness.
Very long break, but our first game back, we were against the Mighty Ducks. Well, I guess they're not the Mighty Ducks. We were against the Ducks, December 29th, 2021. Very, very long time in between games.
For real. And it was just nice to have hockey back.
Yep.
Honestly, didn't even know we had a game. Kind of snuck one in right under my nose. But hey, I'm just glad hockey's back.
So this one, Thatcher Demko got the start. No Brock Besser was in COVID protocol. I was interested to see how the Canucks were going to play after having such a long time off, but still practicing and getting some time to learn the new Boudreau system. So
exactly.
This one was 1-0 Anaheim after one. I think the Canucks played pretty good for having such a long layoff in the first period anyway here. But
and sometimes, I don't know why, it seems like we're a bit of a slow starter lately.
Yeah.
Kind of takes the first period for us to get into the game, and then second and third we come out just strong.
Yeah, which was kind of a trend again here. So this one we had a goal from Tanner Pearson, assisted by Quinn Hughes and JT Miller. Really good pass from Quinn Hughes, just kind of a one-timer for Pearson.
Amazing pass.
And good job by Pearson on not fanning on the puck. He actually got a good shot off.
So. And not missing the net.
Yeah.
Actually just put it in the perfect spot. He literally just ripped it right off the tape. No stick handling. That's what we want to see. Attaboy Tanner Pearson.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good goal. It was just a couple nice passes from Hughes and Miller back and forth, and then Hughes just kind of caught everyone sleeping a little bit and sprung up in the offensive zone. And good pass to Pearson. In this one, Bo and Hoglander had all kinds of chances. They were both playing really good. It felt like they both could have had 6 goals each.
I love those two on a line together. It seems like they just mesh. Their style of play meshes, and they both create chances.
And I wouldn't call Bo or Hoglander fast players, but they definitely play a quicker game than Pearson.
Strong on the puck.
Yeah,
that's what I would say about both of those two.
And that's why they kind of fit well together too, and they both take the puck to the net. Pearson is much more of the retrieve it in the corners, board battle kind of guy.
And on that line, wasn't really winning the board battles. I hate to say it, I say it every episode. It's like the knock on Connor Garland. For some reason, it comes up every time. But then you see him playing with JT Miller, Brock Besser. He's winning all kinds of board battles. So
complacent.
I think it just reignites a different energy once they put you on a different line, new line mates. It excites you a bit. So it's good to see.
So this was 1-1 at the end of 3 periods. So we went to overtime. And in that overtime, JT Miller got a quick one. I think it was 30 seconds in. On a very weird bank pass. It kind of caught Gibson in the middle. He could have went and played it, I think. It's a hard angle to see from what you can just find on the internet now. Because they don't really show you where the puck is. They just kind of show you Miller skating towards it. So I think Gibson didn't really know what to do. And so he just kind of stayed in his nets. And Miller just chipped it over his glove. And ended the game there. So
nice little goal,
2-1 for the Canucks.
It was funny because it was kind of like a chance going their way. All of a sudden we get sprung with the puck coming the other way. It's one of those things where the tables turn and all of a sudden we put it in the back of the net. So
it seems like with overtimes there's 2 ways they go. It's either just back and forth trading chances till someone wins, or nobody wants to make the first move. They just play neutral zone hockey for forever. But 2-1 Canucks win. 7 in a row. Boudreau ties the record for the most consecutive wins by a new coach.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. It's been 2 completely opposite ends of the spectrum for how our season has gone so far this year.
And that's why it's amazing. It was getting really disappointing to even watch games at a certain point because we didn't have that exciting energy around the team. Then all of a sudden Boudreau comes in, win after win after win after win, and you get reignited. It's more excitement, and it's really fun to watch games right now because it feels like we have the potential to beat any team in the league.
Yeah, like the crazy winning streak that we needed to happen to have a shot at the playoffs happened.
Exactly.
So it's still not to get ahead of ourselves, we still played a lot more games than most. I don't even think Calgary's played 30 games yet.
And that's what I keep telling everyone is like, just look at the games played. We've usually every season we've always played the most games first. So it's one of those things where it's like, we have to stay consistent here. We can't just have this little Boudreaux excitement and then go back into that hole. We need to keep that consistency and keep this winning going. And as long as we can do that, then we're good to go. Because I'm pretty sure with that win over the Ducks, we were 15-15. So perfect 500.
Yeah, I think this one brought us to 500.
Exactly. Which it's good, but it's nothing to be impressed about. Like, now we caught up. Now it's time to really start hammering.
Yeah, like, realistically, I think we have to do basically the same amount of winning in another 10 games.
Exactly.
Like, and hopefully at some point the season the games played balance out, which should be this week, actually. This coming week, after you see this, we don't have any games because there was a postponement. We were supposed to play the Islanders on Wednesday night, I believe. So
yep, let everyone else catch up on the games played, and then it's easier to see.
So now we kind of got to sit back and watch for a bit and hope the right teams lose.
And that's the weirdest thing. It's like you're preying on other teams' downfalls, which kind of sucks.
A little bit.
But at the end of the day, it's like, we just won in the playoffs. Like, come on, boys, just to sneak into a wild card, and then who knows what we could do.
Yeah, just make it to the show.
Exactly.
Make it to the dance.
And that's what everyone says, is just get into the playoffs. Anything can happen, and that's a fact.
Yep.
So
that was 2-1 Vancouver. Then we played back-to-backs. So December 30th, we were in LA. Halak got the start, which was I see it, but also I was a little bit surprised. I figured, Demko's been off for a long time.
Yeah.
They only have a handful of games in the next couple nights. I thought maybe he would see back-to-backs, but
one of the things that I thought is, for sure, it's part of Boudreaux's method is to instill confidence in the goalies and the players, and I feel like that was just like him showing he has confidence in Halak, which at the end of the day, I thought the same thing. I was like, why isn't Demko in net? And I was a little bit disappointed about that, because anytime he's in net, we have the potential to beat any team. So it's just, I think it was Boudreaux's move, kind of saying, like, I know Demko's healthy and ready to play, but we're going to throw Halak in net, showing that we trust him on a back-to-back. We're giving you that spot. Because if he doesn't give him that spot, maybe Halak's like, maybe I'm not good enough. You know what I mean? Like, he starts playing that in his mind, and you don't want that. Halak's a good goalie, so it was nice to see him in net, but at the end of the day, I kind of wish Demko would have played there, because I feel like we could have won that game, but...
Yeah, so another thing, still no Besser in this one, back-to-backs, COVID protocol and everything. Matthew Highmore was back and playing his 100th career game, so congrats to you, Mr. Highmore.
Which looked pretty good.
Did look good, yeah.
He
looked good before he got hurt, too.
100%.
The first period in this game went by really quick. It was, I want to say they played like 8 minutes without a whistle, and then it just kept going like that. It was probably the fastest period of the year. Just something weird of note. Didn't really have any significance because nothing really happened. Yeah, it just went by so quick.
No whistles.
Yeah. 0-0 after one, and like not even really any high danger scoring chances either way.
Yeah.
I really recall. The second period was all Kings. You could tell this was the period where the kind of the layoff and then back-to-backs really caught up to the Canucks.
Yeah.
It was absolutely all Kings.
They had some crazy one-timer chances that were very close to going, and give Halak credit. He stood his ground on some of those, and so you can't knock Halak whatsoever. He played a great game.
Yep.
Just, we'll get to the shootout after.
So this one, after the end of two periods, it was 1-0 LA.
Yeah.
Then in the third, we had a goal on the power play by Bo. It was about halfway through the game. Great pass from Miller while he was falling down to kind of send it cross ice and just kind of a tap in for Bo.
Yeah.
Bo is really started like kind of turning into that Trevor Linden like clutch type player.
He gets goals when he needs to get goals, and
when the team needs goals.
And that's the thing. I was kind of hoping he would be the guy to stand out when we were in that slump to kind of get those goals. Like, come on, boys, let's make a push. But I feel like everyone was just kind of in a slump at that time, so it's pretty hard to just solo a goal like that. But I mean, it's nice in games like this, especially when we're on a heater and we want to keep that going, where Bo can come through, get that big goal. So
yeah, so this one went to a shootout at the end of 3 and overtime, and the Kings take this one 2-1.
Which this sparks a question I wanted to ask you. after that shootout. If Demko plays this game, do you think that goal goes in on the shootout, that last one?
Probably not, because Demko's been pretty good. But
in my opinion,
before, Halak stole us a point in this one.
100%.
So
he played great the entire game, and you can't switch goalies between shootout and game. If you play the game, you're in the shootout. So it's like, just that goal, I just felt like it was a little bit of a soft one. And I just felt like Demko's all over that all day, and it just kind of frustrated me. But at the end of the day, we squeaked a point out. We went on a 7-game win streak, and we still got a point in the technical L. So it wasn't that bad at the end of the day.
And this was a tough situation for Halak, right? You get the back half of the back-to-back after your team hasn't played in forever. So Halak was legit awesome in this game.
Yeah, no, he was great.
Even as far as the shootouts go, you can't blame him at all.
And that's why I gave him a little bit of love earlier, just saying hey, he played great. There was some great chances by the Kings. He was making cross-crease saves. He was doing his thing. It's just that goal in the shootout, I was just like,
it's tough for goalies too, right? The
tough.
Shootout is
the players have an amazing advantage in the shootout, so it's tough to criticize goalies over that, but we got a point at the end of the day.
First loss in 7 games, first loss in the Boudreau era, but
first loss in 8 games.
Still a point. So point streak continues, and that these two were pretty big, right? It sucks that they both went to overtime because we gave up a point to teams that are in front of us. But we're still getting points out of these games.
Which is important, especially in the position we're in. Even if we're taking a loss, we're taking a point. So that's important.
As long as we're not just giving them 2 points in regulation, right? That's the big thing. Okay, so on to the first game of 2022. Vancouver in Seattle, January 1st. Thatcher Demko back in net. And another games played milestone for Oliver Ekman-Larsson, playing in his 800th career game tonight, or this game, I guess. So congrats to you, OEL. We had a fight for the first time in a long time. I don't remember the last fight.
And a guy that I wasn't expecting to drop the mitts. Hasn't dropped them in a long time.
Tanner Pearson dropped the gloves with Carson Soucy.
Sticking up for gnarly Garley. You love to see it.
Questionable hit on Garland. That one was tough to judge because it's hard to see if it's just a hit because he's small, right?
That's the thing. You know what this hit reminded me of? It wasn't a similar hit, but it just reminded me of the Detroit hit where Garland hit that guy with his back. And it's one of those situations where the player puts himself in a little bit of a vulnerable position, so you can't really be mad at a guy for laying into a hit. At the end of the day, it's hockey. It's a contact sport. You put yourself there, I'm going to take advantage of it. I wasn't really mad at the hit. Obviously, as a Canucks fan, you want to see someone stick up for Garland, though. And I was pumped that Pearson did, because I haven't seen him drop the mitt since he's been on the Canucks.
He did have one other fight as a Canuck, but it was a while ago. The hit itself, I don't really think it was a dirty hit. I think it looks worse because Garland is a smaller guy. Then we had a goal from Vasily Podkolzin. Just a very bad turnover from the Kraken. Had the puck behind their net and passed it right to him, and he's proven all of his goals have just been
snipes.
And
especially from that spot on the right side. The Crackheads threw it out of the corner right to him, and he said, "Hey, now you give me a chance like that, I'm sniping." And that's exactly what he did. Love to see Podkolzin score goals.
And this one was big because Grubauer started for the Kraken, and he always plays good against us. So
and
I liked
a great goal.
I liked getting the lead early on him. That's big for us because he's always good, good. Just like Gibson in the Ducks for the Ducks.
And that's what I kind of felt bad for Grubauer, honestly, just because I think they said it's 6 straight losses at home for them, and it's this guy's a great goalie. So at the end of the day, he's making sheets. He
also chose to sign in Seattle.
Exactly. So. He got the contract he was looking for, but it just sucks at the end of the day he can't catch the wins that he's looking for. But hey, you want to make that money,
or you want to take a discount and stay in Colorado,
exactly,
and maybe win a couple cups.
Win a cup. Yeah, exactly.
So again, we had another goal from Niels Höglander on the power play. It showed really good hands and patience. The puck was right in front of the nets, and he dug it out and elevated it over Grubauer instead of just trying to jam it in or anything like that.
Showed amazing poise, amazing patience, because most guys just see the puck there and they just try to
jamming at it.
And he just shelves it. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah, good play by Hogg there, and good to see him getting rewarded too, because again, like, it kind of seemed like, I don't want to say him and Boudreau got off to a bad start. He just wasn't putting up any points when Boudreau first came in. So.
Yep, and that's, like, he showed, like, he's one of these big time pieces for our team. Like, we need Hogg.
Yeah.
He brings it energy. Like, when he's out there, he almost drives a line, like Bo does too, but like, he's winning those board battles. He's fighting all the time. So to see him just be able to get rewarded is super nice.
Yeah, he's like a fourth liner, but with lots of skill. So.
Yeah, amazing skill.
So this one was 2-0 Vancouver after one. In the second, it was just 2-1 Vancouver after two. Not a whole lot kind of went on there. Demko was playing good, as he always does.
Always. And this is another point I wanted to bring up about Demko. You can't score on the guy unless there's a screen right in front of him. If he sees the puck, you're not scoring.
Yeah, like the goal the Kraken scored was a wrist shot from the point, but I think there was two guys in front of Demko.
Exactly.
Like, never at all.
Yep. And it seemed like that's a trend lately. Like, if he sees the puck, you're just not scoring.
Yeah. Like all top-tier goalies.
Yeah. You have to screen him. You have to get in front of him, or you're not scoring.
Yeah. So then in the third, we had a goal from Tyler Mott. It was a good play by the whole line. It was Lammikko, Mott, and Highmore. Good hustle by Lammikko to tie up his guy on the boards and kind of knock the puck free to Highmore, who fed it out front to Mott in the slot.
Yeah.
Beat Grubauer with a shot.
And this is exactly what we talked about with Highmore last time, with that little finesse backhand sauce pass right on the tape for that other goal. Like, he's shown that he can be a great playmaker. Like, he's behind the net there. He sees the pass, makes it perfectly. Like, Highmore's been playing great.
Highmore's been good these two games back. He's kind of like a less skilled Tyler Mott.
Yeah.
I got nothing wrong with that.
But that's the thing. It seemed like the rap on him was like, oh, he's got a motor. Like, he's got he's got a lot of speed. And that's kind of all he was doing at first when he was on the team. That's why I didn't really like him, especially with the Gaudette trade. I was like, we traded a freaking goal scorer for a guy who just rips around the ice. But now I think he's settled in and
he's found a role.
Exactly. He's shown what kind of hockey he can actually play.
It's funny too, that line, actually, now that I think about it. It's kind of like, as far as fourth lines go, it's very staged, right? Because I would say that Lammikko is probably a less skilled Highmore. Yeah. So they kind of go in steps like that. But.
Yeah, and Lammikko's a bit of a bigger body, so you really rely on him to make the hits and kind of win some of those board battles. Yeah.
And just another energy player, like Wes said, but he can chip in a little bit offensively here and there.
Yeah.
And then again, a goal from Connor Garland. Slap shot from the top of the circle, and Tanner Pearson screening Grubauer in front.
And this was a huge goal because it was an answer back. Instant answer. Like, no, you're not getting back in this game. Yep. And, like, you felt the energy in the building when the Kraken scored. It was like, oh, shit. We're 3-2 now. How's this going to go? And then all of a sudden, no. Connor Garland says, that ain't happening here. We're taking this game.
And again, after they scored their first goal, too, like, you really felt the energy in the building from the Seattle fans, which we said in the preseason. Like,
they're bumping.
Yeah, they have a good fan base.
Yeah.
And then we had a goal from Tanner Pearson, empty netter, for the Gordie Howe hat trick. So, I don't remember the last time a Canuck had a Gordie Howe hat trick.
It was Bo Horvat, and it was against the Boston Bruins. And I always keep track of those Gordie Howe hat tricks because they have a special place in my heart. And I was pumped to see Tanner Pearson do that because he doesn't drop the mitts very often.
Yep.
And he's on a bit of a heater right now. So it was just another feather in the cap for him.
Yeah, I think this was maybe his fourth or fifth career fight. Second as a Canuck. But yeah, not too often. But yeah, it was
a meaningful one.
Yeah, and like not a shitty let's fight because we're both goons kind of thing. It was a
good scrap.
Yeah, it was an emotional, like there was a reason for it. It wasn't just a let's drop the gloves because. So yeah, good game from the Canucks. Back in the winning column, beating a team below us in the standings, which we should do, and
we need to do.
Yeah,
that's not even an option at this point. If you're below us, we better smack you around like we did the Kraken. It was off with your heads. I wish I would have been able to predict that earlier.
Yeah, we forgot to do score predictions.
Exactly,
but we had a lot of other stuff going on.
We had some drinks in the system. And that's how it goes. So this episode, we got score predictions on the way.
Well, not really, because we don't have any games.
Yeah, well, no.
We can do the Islanders game, but
frickin'
it's
Islanders
postponed.
game was postponed. Oh. Yeah, I forgot about that.
But we can still predict the score just whenever it comes around.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit, but yeah.
So that kind of does it for all the games. We had 5 out of 6 points. So again, still doing the right things. Even though we lost that game, it's still adding up. So.
And in our last 9 games, we've got points in every game, which is huge. That's what we need.
I don't think that's true.
7, 8, 9. 7-game win streak, loss, but it was a shootout loss, and then a win.
Oh, yeah, I see.
That's
yeah,
9
right.
games.
Yeah. I keep thinking of the 2 we won before Green got canned.
Yeah, and then the Pittsburgh loss. Yeah. But one thing that I did want to talk about as well, it was something I seen on the Instagram quite a bit, is one of our bench staff there.
Yes.
He wanted to thank a fan that helped him out big time, so I thought that was pretty cool.
That was really cool. Red Hamilton, I believe. Red is his nickname, I think.
Yeah.
But a lady in the Kraken preseason game noticed a mole on the back of his neck and told him to go get it checked out, and he did, and it was cancerous. So the Canucks and Kraken both gave her a $10,000 scholarship because she's a med school student. So really something good to see, and especially like to start the year off like that with like a good thing like that is nice.
A positive message.
And it was good on both teams for hooking her up for doing something like that.
Yeah, and it was cool of him to be like, I want to reach out to this fan and help her out. Yeah. I thought that was super cool because she helped him out, and just good to start the year on a positive vibe.
Yeah. Even though there's this intense hatred between the Canucks and Kraken, right?
Like that's the funny part about it, because this game was even a little bit heated, but then you had that element to it, which made it feel kind of soft. But at the end of the day, like, these games are going to get intense, and there will be a rivalry eventually. That's how I feel.
Eventually, not 2 games into
exactly. It's going to take some seasons.
Yeah. But so we can do a quick score prediction for the Islanders game.
Might as well. I'm
going to say 2-1 Canucks. The Islanders are a chippy team.
I believe that's such a great score prediction, but I'll go with 2-1 till they pull the goalie. Then we'll make it 3-1. We'll just do a super detailed prediction there.
All right.
Make it interesting.
So this is gonna be fun when we have to go back and find this to see when we predicted this score. Cause I'm assuming it's gonna be during the supposed what was Olympic break that the games are gonna be made up, but so we can do our Canuck of the week, which I think we both have the same one here.
Should I kick it off? Tanner Pearson. He's on a heater right now. He's a hot and cold player. He's on a heater.
He is. 2 goals, 1 assist, and a fight in 3 games this week.
Ooh, Gordie Howe hat trick. Feather in the cap. Thank you very much. Let's go Tanner Pearson.
And kind of the Seattle game was nice too, going back to that, because like the Pearson line was good and everything, but we didn't really have Bo didn't score. Yeah. Garland scored, but Petey didn't have any points. And Bess Miller didn't really do much. Besser wasn't even playing.
That's what I mean,
It was a good team win. It was a complete team effort in this one. So.
Yep, and that's the thing. Sometimes you need those guys lower in the list to score.
Yep.
And that's how you're going to win hockey games. You can't always rely on the best guys on the team.
Yeah, and it's crazy, this whole win streak. Like, Petey hasn't been our best player once this whole year. Not to, bash Petey or anything. It's just... it's a team effort. Yeah. It's everybody.
And that's the thing about Petey. It's not like his overall play is bad. When he has the puck, he's making decent decisions with the puck.
Yeah, he's been better for sure.
Yeah, and he's making decent plays, and he's doing his thing. It's just he's not putting up the points we're used to seeing him get. So that's why it's a little bit... I don't want to say frustrating, a little bit disappointing, but not crazy disappointing.
Yeah,
but
he's just not playing rookie season Petey or the year after Petey. It's
like that hungry Hoglander that just comes in and he wants to shoot everything. That's what Petey has to do.
But he has definitely been noticeably better. Like, he is shooting the puck. He's not fumbling it. He's not tripping at red lines or blue lines. Yeah. So.
There was one play in the 3-game stint there where he had it out in front of the net, could have shot it right away, but then he kind of tried to stick handle it. I think it was the LA Kings kind of closed in on him, bumped him off the puck, and I was just like, oh, you need, like, I hope just Boudreaux can just get through to him and just say, man, quit trying to stick handle it too much. Just fire the goddamn thing. You have an amazing shot. It's an absolute rocket, and it's accurate as hell. It might not go exactly where you want it to, but it's probably going in the back of the net anyway. So just shoot the puck.
And that is a scary thing too, right? Like the way the team is playing now. Imagine if we had PD going. Like, we would be a deep team like that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna need him, right? Like.
Yep. Especially if we get in the playoffs.
Yeah, this winning streak has been great, but we're going to need him to keep it going to get into playoff contention.
Because that's the thing. With playoffs come some injuries usually.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if someone gets injured, Petey, like, we need you, man. Like, we need you to start sniping left and right. And honestly, I see his season just progressively getting better as we go. It seems like his play has just been kind of just, like, good as of right now. But I see it beginning to get great towards the end of the season. Yeah. Let's hope that's a fact.
Yeah, I think he'll just keep getting better and better. I'm not concerned about his game at all.
We need him to put some points up.
Yeah. Because since Boudreaux came in, I would say everybody's been playing good. Like Besser's been great.
Yep.
Pearson's been great. Miller's been great. You know. Like, Hughes has been great, like always.
And look what happened. They split up Pearson, Bo. Both guys are doing great.
Yeah.
I said it how many times, boys? Let's just keep that in mind.
So yeah, Tanner Pearson, Canuck of the week.
Big facts.
Kind of not really one I would have said we would have picked at the start of the year. Like,
not at all. But that's the thing. He's a hot and cold player, so all of a sudden he's just going to go on this stint where it's like, where have you been?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Canuck of the week, 100% Tanner Pearson.
Yeah. So good on you, Pierce. Good scrap.
Yeah.
I will get to my tweet of the week here, as we are burning through an episode. We're good. We got like 5 minutes here.
Perfect.
So this tweet is from Chris Conte, and it's Chris Conte79 at Chris Conte79. Podkolzin is on pace to be what Jake Virtanen should have been.
Yeah, 100%. And
Russian Jake.
Pods isn't as chippy as Jake, like he's not as mouthy, but he's not afraid to stick up for himself either.
Yeah.
And, like, honestly, he snipes these unreal goals, and Jake could too. It's just, I'm so frustrated about the Jake Virtanen thing.
Jake has the brain of a teenager.
For real, and that's the only thing that held him back is, like, his mind wasn't grown into his body yet.
Yeah, he was definitely kind of a kid in a man's body there.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about Jake.
No, it's just...
We got Pods, and we're happy with Pods.
So, already we've brought up Gaudette, Jake Virtanen, like, who else? Like, should we bring up Troy Stetcher? Come on, now.
Ole Olevi.
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, so kind of to wrap things up here, towards the end of January, we're going to have a delayed episode. I'm going to the game in Calgary, Vancouver, Calgary, so I'll be there all weekend. So normally we record these on Saturdays. I'll be leaving Friday afternoon, so we can't really
do one in the midst of that.
I haven't checked the schedule. Maybe we can do it Thursday. We'll see what happens.
If we have to jam one in and still put it out Monday, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Either way, might have to take the camera, get a little vlog action going. Huh?
Not gonna
this
happen.
guy's not a big vlogger guy.
No.
But at the end of the day, we're all gonna see the game on TV. Hopefully, he can get on the jumbotron. He got to shake fins with Finn earlier in the season. Well, that was last year, but
2 years ago now.
Still, that was pretty cool too. So.
And then what are you doing April 29th, Wes?
I got no plans.
Clear your schedule. Take the day off. We're going to the Canucks and Oilers game. Your mom and Dan got you a ticket for your birthday. And my mom got me a ticket for my birthday.
Let's go! We're going to kick the Oilers' ass. It's off with your heads, boys. You're done. We're going to keep on a heater. We're going to the playoffs. We're making it to the wild card spot. Let's hope.
So that's actually the last game of the year.
Nice.
Yeah, in Edmonton. And
awesome. That'll be exciting.
Yeah. So thank you to Auntie Tracy, Dan, and my mom Denise.
Thank you, guys. Love ya.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this week's episode.
Yeah.
Kind of burned through it pretty quickly.
And at the end of the episode here, Erica, if you stuck along for this long, you'll hear this. Hope you heal up. My sister got a little crazy on New Year's, ended up snapping her arm. Hopefully you heal up good. Just listen to the doctors. You'll be all right. You got that Buckingham blood. Let's go.
But yeah, be a couple live Canucks games this year, so that'll be fun.
Woo-wee.
And yeah, I hope everybody had a good New Year's.
They got us in the frickin' nosebleeds though, don't they?
I didn't know. We're in the first.
We're in the bowl?
Yeah.
Let's go!
We're good seats.
Let's go! I'm so pumped.
Yeah.
No, let's get it.
Yeah.
Is that in Edmonton?
Yes.
You're done. You're done. I'm wearing the jersey.
That might be a big game too.
It will be.
We might need that one to get in the playoffs, so we'll see what happens.
100%.
But yeah, I double checked with your mom to make sure it was okay that I told you on the podcast because I didn't want to steal her thunder, but I also thought it'd be a good
I'm
moment.
surprised.
Yeah.
Let's go. I like that, and that's why I was looking at you for so long because I was like, I don't know if my mom's gonna be pissed or what. Like, but yeah, no, it's all good.
Got permission.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that'll be it for episode 15, first one of 2022.
Let's go.
A little bit shorter, but it's been a interesting couple of weeks for the Canucks.
100%.
So, and it'll be a weird one again next week because we don't have any games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope everybody had a good New Year's, safe New Year's.
Yeah.
I hope there was only one wrist that got broken.
For real.
And that you had a good Christmas or whatever holiday you were celebrating over the kind of winter break there. And back to work tomorrow.
Yep, back to work. Let's go.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Check us out on Apple, Spotify, everywhere there's podcasts.
Everywhere. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment, even if it's hateful.
Don't be hateful. Let's make 2022 a good year.
A positive year. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Another one in the bag.